Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Steps Towards Physics. I am Rajat Chula and I secured All India rank 61 in JAM 2021 and currently I am pursuing M.Sc Physics from IIT Kanpur. So in this video I am going to tell you about which IIT you may get corresponding to your JAM rank in JAM 2022. So I am going to tell you about for M.Sc Physics, and so let's begin. So these are the closing ranks for IIT Bombay. Okay, what it's mean by closing rank? So in 2018, the closing rank for general category is 72. That means those who have rank up to 72 secured admission in IIT Bombay. Okay, so in 2019 it's 43, in 2020 for general it's 39, and from 2020 there's a one more reservation category started, that is for EWS, economic weaker section. So for that closing rank is 50 and 47 for general in 2021, that is for last year. This is the closing rank, and for EWS it's 230. So by seeing the data for last year, we can predict like what may be the closing rank for IIT Bombay in 2022. So for general category, we can say like up to 40, your admission is confirmed that you will definitely get IIT Bombay. And we can say up to 45, it may extend, maybe up to 50. It's depend from year to year, or it's depend how many applicant having IIT Bombay in their preference list and at which order. So for OBC, we can say that up to 150 it's confirmed your admission in IIT Bombay, and it may depend, it may extend up to 200 or 220. For SC, we can say up to 500 to 700 admission confirmed for IIT Bombay. And for ST, we can say for 2022, the closing rank may vary up to 2200 to 2500. So now we will move for closing rank for IIT Delhi. So these are the closing rank for IIT Delhi. So it's 153 in 2018 and 157 in 2019, 156 in 2020, but in 2021 the closing rank is 136. So we can say the closing rank for general for IIT Delhi in 2022 for up to 130, we can say your admission is confirmed for IIT Delhi, but it may go up to 150. So for EWS, the rank may vary for 200 to 300. So like for categories like EWS, OBC, SC, ST, it may vary in a 100 range, because it's depend on the applicants, like their preferences, their categories, so like that. So like for OBC, we can say that rank vary from 250 to 380 for this year, and for SC we can say like rank vary from 1000 to 1200 for 2022 for admission in IIT Delhi. And for ST, we can say it's vary from 1900 to 2100. So now we will move for closing rank for IIT Guwahati. So for 2018, general category 260, 2019 it's 262, 2020 it's 287, for 2021 it's 245. So for 2022 we can say closing rank may lie between 240 to 255. Yeah. So or 260. So if your rank is in between this, you can get IIT Guwahati this year. Or for OBC, the rank may be around, if your rank is around 450 to 600, you may get admission in IIT Guwahati. For SC, it's again 1600 to 1950. You can get admission. And for ST, we can say if your rank is between around 3500 or around 4000, you may get admission to IIT Guwahati. It's depend. So you can take this as a boundary. So for EWS, it's around 450. If your rank is around 450, you may get admission to IIT Guwahati. So now we will move for closing rank for IIT Kanpur, basically where I am studying right now. So the closing rank for general category in 2018 it's 51, 2019 it's 86, for 2020 it's 69, and for 2021 it's 61. So this year you can say, like, if your rank is around 52, 65 or 60, yeah, if your rank is in between this, like I'm talking for 1 to 60, okay, it's like this is the closing rank. Like below this you can get admission to IIT Kanpur, but above this, if your rank is above this, you may not get admission. So it's like that. So like 51 means if your rank is up to 51, that year people got admitted to IIT Kanpur. So in 2019, if your rank is up to 86, you got admitted to IIT Kanpur. So similarly, this year it may vary between 50 to 60. Yeah. So for OBC, we can say if your rank is around 200 to 250, you may confirmly get admitted to IIT Kanpur this year. For SC, we can say if your rank is around, it's so fluctuating, so we can say if your rank is around 800 to 900, you may get admitted to IIT Kanpur this year. These are just predictions, so this may varies. Okay. So for ST, we can say if your rank is around, yeah. So if your rank is around 2000, you may confirmly get admitted to IIT Kanpur. But yeah, again, it may vary because in 2020 the closing rank is 745. So these are the actual data, and by seeing the previous year data, we are here predicting the ranks for what may be the closing rank this year. Okay, so now we will move for closing rank for IIT Kharagpur. In 2018 for general category it's 211, in 2019 it's 227, in 2020 it's again 227, In 2021 it's 209. So this year we can say if your rank is around 200 to 210, you may get admitted to IIT Guwahati. So for OBC, so first we will discuss for EWS. So for EWS we can say if your rank is around 400, 450, you may get admitted to IIT Kharagpur. So for OBC, if your rank is around 450, yeah, you can get admission in IIT Kharagpur. For SC, we can say if your rank is around 1200 to 1400, you may get admitted to IIT Kharagpur. For ST, we can say if your rank is around 3000 to 3500, you may get admission to IIT Kharagpur. So you can predict yourself by seeing the closing rank last year. So now we will move for closing rank for IIT Roorkee. For 2018 it's 218, 19 it's 221, for 2020 it's 223, and last year, that is 2021, it's 199. So this year for 2022, the closing rank may be around 200 or 210, yeah, 210, 215, yeah. So, and for EWS, the closing rank may be around 350, yeah, or 355. For OBC, we can say the closing rank for this year for IIT Roorkee may be around 400 or 420, yeah. For SC, the closing rank for this year may be around 1500 or 1700, maybe in between this. For ST, the closing rank may be around 2500 to 3000. So for IIT Madras, the closing rank for general category for the last year is 167. For 2019 it's 166. For 2020 it's 183. For 2021 it's 145. So this year for general category, the closing rank may be around 142, yeah, or maybe around 150, but not maximum than this. So for OBC, we can say for this year closing rank maybe around 450, or maybe, yeah, less, 400, yeah, you can say closing rank maybe around 400. You can extend up to 450. So, and for EWS, it's hard to predict. For SC, we can say closing rank this year maybe around 1200 to 1500, or maybe more than this. So for ST, you can see the last year's data, and we can say if your rank is around 2500 to 3200, you may get IIT Madras. So now we will discuss closing rank for IIT Bhubaneswar. So in 2018 for general category it's 323. In 2019 it's 370. In 2020 it's 393, and 2021 it's 333. So we can say this year the closing rank may be around 350. Yeah. And for EWS, closing range may be around 625 or may extend up to 675. For OBC category, the rank for IIT Bhubaneswar may be around 850 closing rank. And one more thing, in IIT Bhubaneswar, M.Sc Physics course is not available. So these are the closing rank for joint M.Sc PhD dual. Okay? Joint M.Sc PhD course. And for IIT Kharagpur, I was also discussing these are the rank for joint M.Sc PhD dual degree course. But other are for the M.Sc Physics. Okay. Here I am discussing only the closing rank for M.Sc Physics, and only for these two institutions, IIT Bhubaneswar and IIT Kharagpur, I am discussing joint M.Sc PhD closing rank. Just like in IIT Kanpur, there is also a dual degree course. So for that, closing rank are different. So you can check that by seeing the JAM cutoff list rank of last year by searching on the Google. So now let's continue. So for SC, the closing rank this year for 2022 may be around 2300 or 2500. For ST, you can see last year ranks, and it's hard to predict, but if your rank may be around 4000 to 4300, you may get admission to IIT Bhubaneswar. For IIT Gandhinagar, general category, if your rank is around, for 2022 we can say 325 to 360. Yeah, this may vary. You can get admission to IIT Gandhinagar. And for EWS, if your rank is around 520 or 550, you may get admission to IIT Gandhinagar. For OBC, if your rank is around 650, you may get admission to IIT Gandhinagar. So you can see last year cutoff rank for SC. So if your rank is around 2200, you may get admission to IIT Gandhinagar. For ST, we can say if your rank is around 4000, you can get admission to IIT Gandhinagar. So now we will move for closing rank for IIT Hyderabad. For general, these are the closing ranks for previous years, and this year it's maybe around 250 to 270. For EWS, it's maybe around 500. For OBC, it's around 620 or 630. For SC, it may be around 2000 or 2100. And for ST, it's maybe around 3500, 4000. Yeah. For IIT Indore, these are the closing ranks for the last years. And for the general category, we can say this year the closing rank may be around 350 or 360. For EWS, it's around maybe 600. For OPC, we can say rank maybe around 700 to 900 this year. For SC, we can say rank maybe around 2300 to 2500. For ST, so rank maybe around 4000 to 4200. And now we will move for closing rank for IIT Ropar. And for the general category, we can say closing rank maybe around 400 this year or maybe 420. And for EWS category, we can say the rank is around 520. And for OPC, we can say the rank is around 850 or 900 when you get admission to IIT Ropar. For SC, the closing rank this year may be around 2300 to 2500. For ST, it's maybe around 4200 to 5000. So now we will move for closing rank for IIT Jodhpur. So for IIT Jodhpur, the closing ranks for the previous year you can see here, and this year the closing rank for general category may be around 450 to 500. For OBC category, the closing rank may be around 1000 or 1100. For SC, the closing rank may be around 2700 to 3000. For ST, we can say closing rank may be around 4200 to 4300 this year. So now we will move for closing rank for IIT Patna. So the closing rank for general category this year may be around 520 to 530. For EWS, it's maybe around 760. For OBC, the closing rank for this year may be around 900 something or 950. Or for SC, we can say closing rank may vary between 2500 to 3000. And for ST, the closing rank may be around 5000 this year. So for IIT ISM Dhanbad, the closing rank this year may be around 550 for general category. For EWS, it's maybe around 750 or 800. For OBC, this year rank may be around 1000. For SC, closing rank may be around 3000. For ST, closing rank may be around 5200 or 5300 or 5400. Yeah. So for IIT BHU, the M.Sc Physics course started from 2019 in this IIT. So for 2018, since there is no M.Sc Physics course available, so no ranks. So for 2019 it's 417, for 2020 it's 469, for 2021 it's 363. So if your rank is around 350 to 400, you get admission to IIT BHU. For EWS, since more data is not available, so we can predict this year rank may be around 700. For OBC, rank maybe around 650 to 800. For SC, your closing rank maybe around 2200 to 2400. For ST, your closing rank maybe around 5000. So these are the closing rank for IIT Bhilai. So for general, closing rank this year maybe around 600. For EWS, it's around 800. For OBC, it's around 1200. For SC, it's around 3400. For ST, again, it's around 5000. So these are the closing rank for IIT Palakkad. So you can see, if you in general category, if your rank is around 600 to 650, you definitely got IIT. And for EWS, I can say if your rank is around 800 to 900, or it may extend up to 1000, you may get IIT this year. For OBC also, I can say if your rank is around 1200, you can get IIT this year. For SC, if your rank is around 3000 or 3500, you definitely got IIT this year. For ST, if your rank is around 5000 and sometimes it may extend up to 6000, you may get a IIT. So these are the closing rank for IIT Tirupati. So if your rank this year, closing rank may extend up to 620 or 630. For EWS, this may extend up to 800 to 850. For OBC, closing rank this year may be around 1100. For SC/ST, closing rank may be around 3200 or 3300. For ST, closing rank may be around 5500 or 6000. So this is all about the closing ranks. So again, I am saying, for general, if your rank is around 600, you may get IIT. For OBC, if your rank is around 800 or 1000 or maybe up to 1200, you may get IIT. For SC, if your rank is around 3500, you may get IIT. For ST, if your rank is around 6000, you may get IIT this year. So thanks for watching my video, and if you like my video, do like it, and if you still not subscribe my channel, please subscribe it. Okay.